Another day, another disappointing Sony Spider-Man movie. Is it still a Spider-Man movie if they never say his name? Because, I mean, he's in it! Hi there, my name's Andrew Dunn. I'm a licensing expert with a master's degree in acting and co-host of the Media Lunch Break podcast. And today, I'm reluctantly talking about Madam Web. This movie, this movie feels like it was written by AI 2 years ago. Like, you know that saying about monkeys at typewriters? Like how if you sit enough monkeys at enough typewriters for enough time, eventually one of them's gonna write Hamlet. Madam Web feels like someone did that, but got impatient. It's like they took it and said, this is mostly words, and I don't know, half of it that doesn't make sense we'll replace with bad ADR. What about the other half? You, that's what. Oh, do I have to actually talk about this movie? I fucking guess. Might as well get this over with. I'm not drunk enough for this. I'm not drunk at all. Every single individual aspect of this movie is a 2 out of 10 at best. I mean, if I took the time to go into every single problem I have with this movie, the video would be, what's the runtime of Madam Web? That long. It would be that long. I guess we should start with the story. So I'm going to get into spoilers now, but if you haven't seen this movie, you don't need to, so I wouldn't worry about it. Nothing in this movie makes sense. None of it. Not one goddamn second of it. Every decision made by a character in any given moment is ridiculous and nonsensical. Let's just focus on the first 5 minutes of this movie, shall we? In the first 5 minutes, the main character's mother is 9 months pregnant and hunting for spiders in the Amazon. Send someone else. Just send someone else. What are you doing? You hired an entire team and a bodyguard. Hire one more person, a different scientist, and have them go. Then her mom gives birth and dies. Thankfully, there are a bunch of dudes in non-licensed arachnid guy costumes from Spirit Halloween who are there to help. Fast forward 30 years and the baby, Cassie, is all grown up and working as an EMT in New York City. How did she get back to the States? They just fucking FedEx her in a box and ship her over there? That's not how it works. Who sent her back? Who named her? How did she end up getting a birth certificate or a social security number? And this is all in the first 5 fucking minutes of this movie. Honestly, what probably gave Cassie a horrible disease was her mom flying back and forth to Peru on a plane that was presumably full of cigarette smoke in the 70s. Oh yeah, and then Cassie spends the entire movie just assuming that her mother, after spending 9 months carrying Cassie in her womb, just doesn't love her for some reason? What? Only to discover that her mom actually loved her enough to travel to Peru in order to look for a cure to Cassie's terminal illness. And I haven't even gotten to the main plot line yet. Her mom's bodyguard turns out to be a bad guy who steals the spider that Cassie's mom found, and it, quote, curses him with super strength, super agility, the ability to climb walls, and walk on ceilings. Sound familiar? Anyway, for some reason, you can also see how he's going to die in the future. He's going to be murdered by 3 women in 10 years. But right now, they're just kids. So he does what any villain would do. He finds them and sets off on a journey to kill 3 children, who I will just point out also are played by 3 actors in their mid-20s. And then Cassie gets on a train to Poughkeepsie, and for some reason, all 3 of those women are on the train as well. Sorry, girls played by grown women. Oh, but now she can see into the future. Sometimes, when it's convenient to the plot. And this happened because a tribal Peruvian forced a spider to bite her mom while she was giving birth. This is all in the first 30 minutes. I can't with this. Oh, there's also Pepsi product placement every 10 minutes. Oh, speaking of which, if I asked you to guess who kills the main villain in this, you might guess Madam Web, or one of the 3 girls, or a Peruvian spirit guide, or maybe her mom comes back from the fucking dead. Pepsi. Pepsi kills him. That is not a joke. A Pepsi sign falls on him and kills him. Okay, so the plot is bad. I think I hammered that home. What else? All the dialogue in this is exposition. It all sounds like that one weird line that appeared in the trailer.
He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
Which isn't even in the movie. The music is poorly selected. There are like 2 songs from the time period that the movie takes place in, and all the other songs either came out before or even after the movie takes place. The CGI is bad, the practical effects are bad, the costumes are bad, the sound design is bad. It's all bad. Even the acting is flat, and a lot of the worst acting in this comes from actors who have proven themselves to be really good in other franchises. So I wondered, is this a director problem? Because oftentimes when you get a lot of really good actors in a movie and they're not doing a good job, it's usually because they're trying to fulfill the requests of a director. The director of Madam Web did direct a couple of episodes of Jessica Jones previously, and there are definitely some similarities between the characters. But Jessica Jones was also really good, for the most part. So I think this might be a Sony problem. Honestly, my suspicion is that Sony kept stepping in and absolutely fucked this movie. And based on the Sony leaks that happened a while back, they'll probably just blame this whole thing on women and move on. Anyway, I've probably shit on this movie enough. Were you one of the 18 people in the world who actually saw Madam Web? What'd you think of it? Did you like it? What was your favorite part? What was your favorite laugh out loud horrible part? Let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, please like and or subscribe to it so I have an incentive to keep making these. And be sure to check out the Media Lunch Break podcast. Tomorrow we are going fully in depth and talking everything Madam Web. And there is so much more to talk about than what I could put into this video. So hop on board. Truly, this movie is hauntingly bad. YouTube thinks you'll like these two videos, so give those a watch. And lastly, of course, thank you for watching.